morning, wrestling fans. Hope you all had a good Tuesday. Well, another edition of WWE Monday Night Raw on Netflix is in the books, and I thought it was a pretty good show. Raw kicked off with Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio come to the ring. Liv Morgan basically addressed the WWE fans, basically saying that she's like the greatest woman of all time. She then addresses what happened last Monday on Raw against Nikki Bella, and that she slapped her. Then she calls out Io Sky. Io Sky comes out to the ring, and Liv Morgan tells Io Sky, give me my title back. Io Sky says, I'm not giving you anything. You have to earn this. So then, and here's what happened next. And this is a great what Io Sky did. She actually throws the women's world title at Liv Morgan and then super kicks her out of the ring. So I thought this was an okay segment. It was a great segment, but it was okay. I do think someday we'll see a match between Io Sky and Liv Morgan, and I'll get to what happened with Liv Morgan later on in the video. But all in all, I thought it was an okay segment. The first match was a women's fatal four-way match. It featured Raquel Rodriguez, Stephanie Foucault, Ivy Nile, and Asuka. I thought this was a fun, exciting match. I thought all four women involved in this match put on a good performance in the ring. I enjoyed it. The only thing I didn't like about was there was interference in this match. And that was from Rhea Ripley because she got back at Raquel Rodriguez. But all in all, I thought it was an exciting and fun match. Asuka wins the fair four-way match and advances to the semifinals of the Queen of the Ring. We had a Gunther promo segment. Basically, he came down to the ring. He addressed the WWE fans, tells the fans that I give Jey Uso a lot of credit. He was the better man at WrestleMania. He beat him fair and square. Basically, to sum up for you, that I am now once again the World Heavyweight Championship, and anyone who wants a shot at this title, I'm glad to put the title up. So all in all, I thought this was an okay segment. You know, it's a pretty good segment, but it gets better. The returning of Goldberg shows up last night and basically comes down to the ring and gets in Gunther's face and basically tells Gunther, I'm happy for you. I'm here to celebrate your victory against Jey Uso and regaining the women's against the World Heavyweight Championship. He then goes saying, I haven't forgotten what you said a few months back about me and my family. He then gets into Gunther's face and challenges him to a match at Saturday night's main event in Atlanta on July 12th for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then he says, you're next, Gunther. So I'm not surprised that Goldberg sold up, because there've been rumors going around on social media that he's gonna make a return and set up a match between him and Gunther. Now, whether this is going to be a retirement match for him, because he's been talking about having one last match before he officially retires from pro wrestling. So we'll see what happens. Later on that evening, it was made official by Nick Aldis, because Adam Pearce was on vacation, so Nick Aldis filled in for him. Nick Aldis makes the match official between Gunther and Goldberg. So at Saturday night's main event, we're going to have Goldberg versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at Saturday night's main event in Atlanta, which is the hometown of Goldberg, on July 12th. Now, how do I feel about this match? I think it'll be an exciting match to watch. Who's going to win it? Now, this is the kicker. It goes two ways. Either Gunther can defeat Goldberg and retain the WWE retain the World Heavyweight Championship, or Goldberg can defeat Gunther and become the new World Heavyweight Championship. Now here's the kicker. If that happens, there's a good possibility that the next night, which will be Raw on the following Monday, Seth Rollins can use his two stooges to come out, beat up Goldberg down enough where Seth Rollins can cash his main briefcase and become the World Heavyweight Championship. So if somehow Goldberg does win the title, win the World Heavyweight Championship match against Gunther, there's a good possibility that Seth Rollins could cash his money back briefcase that following Monday on Raw and become the new World Heavyweight Championship, which is still possible. It could happen. So those are the two scenarios. Either Gunther will defeat Goldberg and retain the World Heavyweight Championship, or Gunther or Bill Goldberg will defeat Gunther, and then on the following night on Raw, which is that following Monday, Seth Rollins will send Braun Breaker and Braun to come out to beat up Goldberg enough where Seth Rollins can come out and cash in his money back briefcase and become the new World Heavyweight Championship. So those are my two scenarios that could happen. But I think either way, I think the Gunther vs. Goldberg is going to be an exciting one. And I'm not surprised that the schedule's match for Saturday's main event on July 12th, because that same night is AEW's All Out in Texas pay-per-view. So basically, WWE is counter punching AEW, because they're only in Texas pay-per-view is that same night as its main event. So that's a smart move by WWE. Now, I'm sure TKO has something to do with this, because they probably told WWE that they want its main event to go head-to-head against AEW's All In Texas, and do I use this Gunther versus Goldberg match as the main event to compete with AEW's pay-per-view that night? So we'll see what happens. I'm telling you, it's going to be a busy weekend of July 12th and 13th because now we got Saturday's main event and all in Texas Sunday night. But Sunday night you have WWE Evolution 2. So it's going to be a crazy wrestling weekend the week of July 12th and 13th. So I'm looking forward to seeing Gunther versus Goldberg. It's a fresh match. We never saw Gunther versus Goldberg before, so it should be an exciting match. Whether this is going to be his retirement match, I don't know, but we'll see what happens. We had a match between AJ Styles versus Jamie McDonough. I thought that this was a fun and exciting match. I thought both AJ Styles and JD McDonough put out a very good match last night. AJ Styles defeats JD McDonough. Bayley made a return to Raw last night, which is her second time being on Raw because she made a return last Monday. So she came out to the ring, addressed the WWE fans. He tells them that I miss you guys so much, and basically I enjoy performing in front of you all in this ring. And then she addressed the issue with Becky Lynch and how Becky Lynch took her out right before WrestleMania and cost her a tag team match with Lyle Valkyria for the tag team titles. So basically, she calls out Becky Lynch and does an explanation. Becky Lynch comes out all hot and heavy and has words with Bayley. So basically, the two of them were arguing back and forth. So I thought this was an okay segment. I didn't appreciate the arguing back and forth between the two of them. But right before the segment ended, Bayley gives Becky a cheap shot. Now later on, doing backstage, Nick Aldis tells Bayley that next Monday on Raw, which is next Monday, there's going to be a women's intercontinental championship match between me and Bayley versus Becky Lynch. So I'm glad to finally have this match. I didn't expect it to be a Raw episode. I thought maybe it would be an Evolution or SummerSlam. But apparently they're scheduling this match for next Monday on Raw. I think this could be an exciting match between the two of them. Both Bayley and Becky Lynch are very talented in the ring. I'm sure both of them put a very good match next Monday on Raw. Let's see what else happened. We have Liv Morgan versus Kairi Sane. This match I didn't like at all. I didn't appreciate it at all. It didn't last that long. Plus, Liv Morgan got injured in the match. She basically dislocated her shoulder during the match. And basically read her on social media and from Fightful Select that she's going to be out at least 3 to 4 months. Sucks that she's going to be out for that long. The question now, most likely, if that's the case, 3 to 4 months, most likely Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan will have to give up the tag team titles, the women's tag team titles. Because I can't imagine Raquel Rodriguez holding on to the tag team titles for that Raw. So I wouldn't be surprised if Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan surrender the women's tag team titles. That's another thing. WWE's got to work on building their women's tag team division. I'm not pressing it at all. They need to put together women tag teams. That's their problem. So I'm very disappointed in the women's tag team division. There's not enough women tag teams. Plus, I'm not happy of the way they've been utilizing the women's tag team titles. They're not defending enough on Raw or at POE. So there's two things that WWE's got to work on. Is they got to build up the women's tag team division, both Raw and SmackDown, and they got to do better with having those women tag team titles to be defended more often. So there's two things that WWE's got to work on. Okay, last but not least, we have the men's fatal four-way match, which consists of Rusev versus Jey Uso versus Brodie Lee versus Sheamus. This was a wild match. For the most part, I thought this was an awesome match. I thought all four men put on one hell of a match. They were all over the place, inside the ring, outside the ring. I give a lot of credit to Rusev, Jey Uso, Brodie Lee, and Sheamus. They put on one hell of a match, and we even had some interference. First, Bron Breakker comes out and goes after and gets involved in the match. Then see Sami Zayn come out and go after goes after Bron Breakker, starts beating him up, but then Bron Breakker picks up Sami Zayn and throws him right through the announcer's table. Then Penta comes out and goes after Bron Breakker. And Jey Uso picks up the win over Rusev, Brodie Lee, and Sheamus. And he is now going to the semifinals of the King of the Ring. So then you see Seth Rollins come out all pissed off, because right after Jey Uso, just about when he's going to do the curb stomp on Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes comes out, and him and Seth Rollins have a stare down, and that's how Raw ended. So although I thought last night's Raw was a pretty good show, I have no complaints about it. I'm not really happy for the interference in these matches, especially in these fair four-way matches for the King and the Queen tournaments, because there's been a lot of interference in those matches. But all in all, I thought it was an exciting show last night. Now here are the news and notes I gotta share. Thursday, this Thursday we're gonna have two semifinal matches. One's gonna be for the Queen of the Ring King of the Ring tournament. It's gonna be Asuka versus Alexa Bliss, and it's gonna be a semifinal match for the King of the Ring tournament between Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton. Now on Monday, we're going to have another two semifinal matches. For the King of the Ring tournament, we're going to have Jay Cargill versus Roxanne Perez. Semifinal match next Monday on Raw. And the semifinal match for the King Ring tournament, it's going to be Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso. That's going to be a great match, because I think Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso will put on a great match. So those two matches are going to be next Monday on Raw. And Nice Champions Dominic Mysterio will be defending the Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles. I think this will be an exciting match. I think both men will put on good performance in the ring. So that's about it. And I already told you that aside to main event, we're gonna have Goldberg versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. And most likely that's gonna be the main event besides the main event. So that's all I gotta say about last night's Raw. Now tonight is NXT on CW. Now I'm sure tonight's NXT is gonna be exciting. So as always, Blake Monroe, who's formerly known as Mariah May, is gonna be signing her contract tonight to make her official to be on NXT. Now, we all know that she signed her contract with the WWE, but tonight, there's going to be a contract segment where she's going to sign her NXT contract. So, it should be exciting, NXT. I'm glad that Mariah May came to WWE. I'm glad she's starting out in NXT first before being called up to main roster, because it would make sense to have her start up on the main roster if there's nothing for her to do on the main roster. So I'm glad to have her start on NXT level. So should be exciting NXT show. I'll be checking in on NXT, what's going on that show tonight. For those who are planning on watching NXT tonight, enjoy the show. Before I end this video, please, if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow my channel with subscribers, so if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. Hope you all have a great Tuesday evening.